Hello friends, I welcome you all to this online session of a compulsory English. In the last session, we deal with agreement, partial agreement and disagreement. Now in this session, let us continue with intervening or breaking into discussion. Many times it happens with us that we have to intervene or break into the discussion and put forth a topic that bring back the statements or the participants who have started uh, diverting the topic, diverting the discussion. So, say intervening or breaking into the discussion. Let us discuss this. Sometimes group discussion reaches the highest point when all the members are fully engrossed in it. But as a group leader, you have to break into it due to various reasons. Firstly, your role is not only to listen but also to grab an opportunity to share your own views. Second, how do you break into the conversation? What appropriate words, phrases and expressions do you use? So we are supposed to answer all these questions in this state. So this is what happen, or many times not only you are a leader and you want to grab an opportunity to speak or pose your views, you are not a dumb listener but you are also a speaker. But at the same time it happens when you are discussing in a group, many times the participants start digressing to certain different topics. So as a group leader you should bring them back and again continue the same discussion. Or many times a person who state very wrong statement or very prejudiced views he expressed, so in that situation also you should interrupt or you should intervene in his uh, discussion and you should put forth an appropriate point. So this is also a very frequent situation that we came across in a while discussing in a group discussion. See, please study the following expressions. You can see, with your permission, may I add a point here? See, this is what, with your permission, may I add a point here? You can see this is what a very polite kind of a statement by the speaker. So he, with the permission, he wants to add a point here. So taking, it is not necessary that you should take a permission by the group, but it is a method of showing your, or this is the expression to show your politeness. Or excuse me for intervening, what I feel is, so this is the expression that you can use very frequently. Or please listen to me, I want to share my views about it. Or could you please listen to me? So there, all the members were engrossed in a discussion. They were putting certain statements, supporting with examples, and you think that you should interrupt, you should intervene and put your point there, because it will again track the discussion on the right aim. So such kind of expressions like excuse me for intervening, but what I feel is, or please listen to me, I want to share my views about it. Could you please listen to me? May I add to what you are saying? Friends, there can be another angle. Sorry to interrupt, but see, all these statements are very polite one. It is not abrupt one. You are not putting your point, pushing your point without concerning others what they are speaking, or you are not breaking others in a in half of their speech, or in somewhere in between, but you are asking permission to express, you are asking excuse for intervening, you are saying please, you are asking a polite questions like could you, may I, or friends. There can be another angle, pushing a different angle to the discussion. Sorry to interrupt, but so this is what you can see are the expressions that you should use to show, or you should use to intervene into the discussion. So sometimes the discussion goes off the track and your duty is to bring it back to the main issue. This is also a very important thing should be done by the leader of the group discussion. So it many times happens that someone is speaking about a gender equity and he starts speaking on a feminism. So this should not happen, that you should again bring all the members to the on the topic. You should focus or highlight the topic and suggest members to speak on the track, speak on the issue instead of digressing it. On many occasions you come across this sorry digression from the topic. For example, the topic is implementation of GST, but some members are talking about LBT. As a group leader, it is your duty to bring them back to the main topic by intervening in the discussion in a polite manner. So this is also very important, that as a group leader, this is your responsibility to bring them back or ask them to speak on the topic. And doing all these things, your manner should be polite. Let us study the following expressions of intervening the discussion. See, friends, let me break your discussion to come back to our topic. So you can see there is a digression and people or participants were speaking about something else. So you should ask them to discuss on the topic. How to express this? Friends, let me break your discussion to come back to our topic. We are not speaking about a LBT. We are speaking about a GST. We were not speaking about a feminism, but we were speaking about a gender equality. So this is what. Or gentlemen, let us come back to our main point. We are talking about the review of examination system. Understand that this is what the statement that we should make. Okay, Mr. Desai, your point is right, but it is unrelated to our present topic. We are speaking about gender issues and you are speaking about something else. You are speaking about the politics. So this is what you can see, such kind of statement you should use. Or please let us come back to our topic of discussion. Or, well, gentlemen, what you are talking about is wonderful, but our topic is education and reservation for women. So, this is what, as a group leader, you are avoiding the digression, you are keeping the track of discussion on the main theme, and you are suggesting different angles, but these angles should be related to the topic, related to the main topic. So, this is what is the duty of a uh, group leader. Then see, these are the statement that you should keep in your mind. So this is again a very general statement. You can use it in any situation, any topic of a group discussion. Friends, let me break your discussion to come back to our topic. Or gentlemen, let us come back to our main point. We are talking about whatever. We are talking about the environment issues, we are talking about the gender equity, we are talking about the global warming, we are talking about the reforms of education system. You can use, but the highlighted statement, that is, gentlemen, let us come back to our main point. We are talking about this expression is very very common. We can use it as it is. Then, okay, Mr. Desai, your point is right, but it is unrelated to our present topic. This is also a very general statement you can use. General expressions you can use in any topic, whether you are speaking about gender equity or whether you are speaking upon environmental crisis. You can use this. Then, please let us come back to our topic of discussion. This is again a general topic. Then, well, gentlemen, what you are talking about is wonderful, but our topic is, this is again, well, gentlemen, what you are talking about is wonderful, but our topic is a general thing, whatever the topic you may have. So these are the statements that we should internalize and we should use it again and again, reinforce it. We should use it even when I ask you a question in the examination. You are supposed to use such kind of statements. I am not asking you that you should use only these statements. I am just suggesting you these are the proper statements that you can use. So this is what you can even add, or you can use something different to speak like this. So this to express this. Then sometimes the group members lose their temper. Cool and silent discussion turns into a hot argument and result in a personal dispute. So this many times happen, as many of us while discussing in a group forget that we are discussing in a group discussion and we are supposed to come to a conclusion that should be agreed by all. Instead of that, we start thinking that we are speaking in a we are thinking speaking in a debate, and your point should be a right one. So in that situation, in that case, you start the discussion becomes heated discussion instead of a cool silent discussion. And in that situation also, as a group leader, is if the discussion go into a personal dispute, you should bring it back to discussion, uh, bring it back to a group discussion. As a group leader, it is your responsibility. So as a group leader, you have to interfere at the point and bring all the members back to the topic. So these are the statements that we are using. Or sometimes the group members lose their temper. Cool and silent discussion turn into hot argument and resulted in the personal dispute. As a group leader, you are supposed to bring all the members back to the topic. How will you do this? What expression will you use to stop the members going away from the issue? Let us study the expression. See, well, Mr. Deshmukh, I have understood your point. Please, Mr. Naik, don't take it to mind. Friends, be silent for a moment. Please, Mrs. Nirmala, don't get angry. No, no, Mrs. Nimkar, please pay attention to me. Let us come back to our main issue. So, this is what the statements we are supposed to use when the heated discussion started instead of a group discussion. So, this is what you can see intervening or breaking into the discussion. You can see in this under this sub point you came across three situations. The first situation is that you see the first situation, uh, sometimes group discussion reaches the high point when all the members are fully engrossed in it, but as a group leader you have to break into it due to various reasons. First reason is that your role is not only to listen but also to grab an opportunity to share your own view. This is the first situation that we came across. Hmm. Then second thing, see, we learned that on many occasions you came across a digression from the topic, and in that situation also you are supposed to intervene in the discussion as a group leader. And the third situation that we learned that group members lose their temper, cool and silent discussion turned into hot argument and resulted in a personal dispute. In that situation, as a group leader, you are supposed to interfere and bring back all the members to the topic that is given for the discussion. So this is what you can see are the three situations. I'm not saying that these are the only three situations that we are supposed to intervene or interrupt in the group discussion as a group leader, but there are several other situations in which also we are supposed to interfere in the group discussion. But these are the major three situations in which we are supposed to speak in that speak or intervene as a group leader. So this is what, understand that in these three situations also we came across certain expressions that we can use at any group discussion topic when such kind of situation occurs. See, we will repeat the thing because we want to reinforce the expressions. We want to understand the expression fully, and we are supposed to use it in our communication. So see the first one. With your permission, may I add a point here? So this is the group leader who wants to grab an opportunity to speak or express his view. So in that situation, you are supposed to use this kind of statement that with your permission, may I add a point here? Or second, excuse me for intervening. What I feel is, this is what you are supposed. Excuse me. Asking excuse is also a very polite kind of thing. Please listen to me. I want to share my views about it. Or could you please listen to me? This is again a polite question. May I add to what you are saying? For friends, there can be another angle if you want to add another angle to the same discussion. Or sorry to interrupt, but if you are not agree with the person, you can interrupt in the group discussion. So this is the first situation in which as a group leader you want to grab an opportunity to speak instead of only listening. You started the discussion, initiated the discussion, stated that we are supposed to speak on a gender equity and ask others to speak on it. After inviting others to speak on it, they go on speaking, they engrossed in a discussion and they forget about you. So you are not a dumb listener, but you are the leader. You also have certain views on the topic, different angles you have with you. So you add different angles, you add different examples, you speak, and while speaking you interrupt others while they were speaking, and you add your point. So this is the first situation in which we are supposed to intervene into the group discussion. Then the second point, that we many times we see that the people who were speaking or participants who were participating in a group discussion, they uh, digrade to something else. As I told you that we were speaking about gender equity, and a person starts speaking on a feminism, or he starts speaking on a feminist movement in Europe. So you are not supposed to deal with feminist movements in a Europe, but you are supposed to deal with gender equity in India. In that situation also, you are supposed to, as a group leader, intervene and bring him back to the main issue. Sticking to the main issue, sticking to the track of a group discussion is the responsibility of a group leader. And in that situation, it is not, I'm not saying that you should be every time a group leader, but if you are a participant and someone else is a group leader, he has initiated the topic, but someone of the group is speaking something different, he is digressing the topic from to another situation. In that case, it is also your responsibility to bring or to point out that the person is digressing, and we are speaking about these and these issues. So this is what you can see is the important thing to do. So in that case, you can see we break into discussion like, friends, let me break your discussion to come back to our topic. So we were bringing all these member to the topic. Gentlemen, let us come back to our main topic. We are talking about review of examination system. Okay, Mr. Desai, your point is right, but it is unrelated to our present topic. Please let us come back to our topic of discussion. Or, well, gentlemen, what you are talking about is wonderful, but our topic is education and reservation for women. So, this is what you can see is the topic that we are supposed to understand. These are the expressions that we are supposed to express when we want to interfere in the group discussion. So the third and last situation that is prescribed here in this book, the group members lose their temper, cool and silent discussion turn into a hot heated argument and resulted in a personal dispute. In that situation also, as a group leader, as a participant, you are supposed to intervene in the group discussion and bring all these members back to the issue that you are speaking about. So this is what, see the expressions. Well, Mr. Deshmukh, I have understood your point. Or please, Mr. Naik, don't take it to mind. Many times it becomes heated and people start taking it very personally. So in that situation, you can see you should ask them, don't take it personally, don't take it to mind. Or friends, be silent for a moment. So there becomes a heated argument and people start raising their voices, and aggressive behavior they start doing. So in that situation, you should ask them to silent for a moment, to bringing them all to their calm soul, and make them calm and bring them to the main topic of discussion. Please, Mrs. Nirmala, don't get angry. Or no, no, Mrs. Nimkar, please pay attention to me. Let us come back to our main issue. So this is what you can see is the situation in which you are supposed to interfere in the group discussion. So this is what the subtopic, that intervening or breaking into the discussion. So the task. Intervening in the discussion in the following situation. There is a discussion on agreement and plans of celebrating your friend's birthday party. Intervene into discussion suggesting an innovative idea about celebration of the birthday party. So you can say simply, excuse me please, I have a view, or excuse me, I have another plan, another idea, that instead of cutting cakes and celebrating it on the terrace of our uh, house, we can go to an orphanage, or we can go to the orphan house and we will celebrate birthday there. So this is a suggestion to the plan. So this is what is the thing you can speak. Then second C, There is a discussion in a meeting on an annual prize distribution program about inviting a chief guest. Intervene into the discussion by pointing out the name of a famous personality. Excuse me, I would like to suggest a name of Nana Patekar for the chief guest of an annual prize distribution. Then, or third one, only a few alumni show their interest in alumni meet. Intervene into the discussion and suggest a new idea. So, excuse me, please, or you can see, you can use any of these statements. Uh, Excuse me, or please listen to me. I want to share my views about it, or may I add what you are saying, or friends, there can be another angle, or friends, we have to think in that way. So, this is what you can see is the uh, intervening in the discussion in the following situation. So this is what intervening in the group discussion. We will stop here and continue the same in the next session. Next session we will continue with making suggestions, accepting or refusing suggestions. So we will stop here and continue the same in the next session. Thank you for listening.